Right now, the largest, most densely used area for cell phones is Israel. Most of the people there are carrying two or three phones, not just one. And they have sites all over the place. If there were any effects, and by the way, I should also add, Asia and the Middle East were way ahead of the United States in cell phone deployment. The United States was very slow in taking up cell phones because our early cell phones were mobile phones that you had in your car. You may remember them. They were car phones. And then then you had the bag phones that were the portable version of the car phone. In Asia, for example, I'll use Hong Kong as an example, they had the phones for pedestrians from day one. And that meant back in the mid-1980s. So for 30-some years, they've been walking around with cell sites everywhere. If there were any effect whatsoever, you would see them dropping like flies in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Paris, in Tel Aviv. I mean, these are places that have much denser cell phones than anything we're talking about here. You're talking about cell phone sites that are putting out small amounts of power at very large distance from residences. They mount them right on the houses, right on the schools, right in the classroom, right up there. There'd be a site. So, from my point of view, I don't see any effects whatsoever. I know the amount is so small, and I once did an analogy. I won't bore you by going through it again, but I took, for example, the smoking of cigarettes. Let's say a pack a day, which everyone knows is harmful right now. The equivalent of this cell phone signal would be like taking one puff of a cigarette 70 years ago. That would be the scale down for the power we're looking at.